Welcome to WT Tone. This is the Keeley Halo delay, the Andy Timmons Halo pedal. Sounds great. We've done a full demo of that pedal over at Worship Tutorials. That's linked below. We love the way this pedal sounds, particularly the Halo delay sound that Andy Timmons uses. And we thought it'd be fun to recreate that in the Line 6 Helix and in the Fractal units as well. So, first of all, right off the bat, link below, we're giving away these settings for free for Line 6 devices, Helix and HX Stomp. We're just gonna save these as a favorites file that you can just import into your Helix or Stomp. If you're on Pod Go, you can, we're gonna show you the settings in this video, you can just copy them. Then for Fractal, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna save the library files you can use that for Axe-FX3, FM3, FM9. So you can get these sounds for free, or you can just copy them on the screen. So first of all, what is the Halo delay sound? So it's famously used by Andy Timmons. Essentially what it is originally he would have two deluxe Memory Man pedals together. One is a quarter note delay, the other's a dotted eighth delay. They're in series, and so it's dun 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 dun, does that kind of a thing. But the way he sets it up with the modulation and the EQ, it just sounds really, really nice. And when they released the Halo delay pedal, preset 1 was that sound. So I've got the Keeley Halo delay in the effects loop of the Helix. We're using the Mesa Boogie Lone Star patch that we put out at Worship Tutorials because Andy Timmons uses a Mesa Boogie Lone Star. So you can see this is the patch. Really the only thing that's on is the amp. We have the tone match IR that we made to make this amp model sound just like our Lone Star, my Lone Star. We got some EQ. Then we have an effects loop. So what the effects loop is doing is it's sending out to the Halo and then it's coming back in. All right, so right after the effects loop are the two delays that I have set up to sound like the Keeley Halo delay sound. Okay, so I've then put it on snapshots. So snapshot 1 is Helix Halo. You can see it turns on these two delays right here, a dual delay and a vintage digital delay. And then if I go to snap 2, that's called Keeley. That engages the effects loop. So first of all, I'm just gonna play I'm gonna show you what the Keeley actually sounds like. This is preset 1 if you have a Halo delay pedal. Okay, and the way to get the sound that Andy Timmons sort of dials in, you need it at around 100 BPM-ish. So this is what it sounds like. So right off the bat, it almost sounds like reverb. Now there is one reverb on in this patch. It's a simple plate reverb. So all of that sort of ambience that you're hearing is coming from the Halo delay. I'm gonna show you just kind of a rake so you can hear what it does. So you can hear those delays start out and then they sort of wash out. Now I wanna show you the two Helix delays that we have dialed in. I'll play kind of the same thing. It does kind of the same exact thing. Let's kind of walk through what we did. So the first delay in this signal path is the dual delay. And you might say, well, you can use the dual delay to get both the dotted eighth and the quarter note. If you do that though, it's not in series. I guess you can change sort of the spread of it, but it doesn't quite sound the same. So in the dual delay, both of the delays are set at dotted eighth note delay. So that is my dotted eighth delay. And the reason I use dual delay is because I like the way you can set the low and the high cuts. You can see it's a pretty strong high cut here to get that, that warmth that the Halo pedal has. Okay, so that delay is then running into a quarter note delay vintage digital. So the vintage digital delay lets you, I like the way it sounds in the Helix. It gives you again, this warm delay, and we've got modulation dialed in on both of these delays. And the way they just kind of fit together. So you can see the bit depth is high, but the sample rate is down at 11 kilohertz. So that makes the delay sound warm. So what I'm gonna do again, I'll just play kind of the same type of thing, and I'm gonna switch between the two delay settings, or rather the pedal and then the Helix, so you can hear just how close these things are. So you can hear it doesn't sound exactly the same, but it's really, really close. I think, you know, if you didn't have them back to back, A, B, you might think that's the same kind of sound. Certainly, if you're just going for this type of a delay tone, it gets you there. The one thing about it in the Helix is you've got to use 2 blocks, or HX Stomp. Helix is not as big a deal. HX Stomp, you got to use 2 blocks to get it. Pod Go, you've got to use 2 blocks to get it, and Pod Go is really limited on the blocks you can use, but you can set both of those to 1 foot switch and have the Halo delay in your Line 6 devices. It's a really beautiful delay sound, and of course it is set to BPM. So I've kind of had it set to around 100, I think 102-ish. I just kind of tried to match the preset in the Halo delay, because that's kind of, Andy sets it and kind of forgets it. That's how he runs his delay. But you can use it as a rhythmic delay. If you go slower tempos, it doesn't quite have the same sort of thing going on, but it sounds like the Keeley Halo, which sounds great. On the Fractal side of things, it gets a little easier because Fractal actually built an algorithm, I'm gonna switch to it, that is like their version of the Halo delay. It's in the multi-delay block. It's called the Aurora delay algorithm type. There it is. So you can see all these different algorithms. The Aurora delay. When you pull it up, just initially when you pull up the Aurora delay, it sounds a lot like preset 1 on the Halo pedal. I might be mistaken here, but I have heard that Robert Keeley actually helped them develop that algorithm. I don't know. If you can confirm that or deny it, let us know in the comments. But same type of situation here. We've got the Halo pedal in an effects loop of the Axe FX3. And then I've got the multi-delay set up here with our Halo settings. So you can see I can switch scenes, and their scene Halo pedal, scene 1 is the Halo pedal. Scene 2 turns the effects loop, it disengages the effects loop, and it turns on the multi-delay. So I'm gonna do the same type of thing. I'm gonna start on actually the Axe effects. I'm gonna play a little bit, and you can see how alike these things sound. Here we go. I think that's pretty spot on. They kind of nailed it. So good job, Fractal and company. This one, again, just like on the Helix or the Line 6 side of things, this is synced to tap tempo, so it will move with you as you change tempo in your presets. It's a really great delay sound. But that's not all. So when we were dialing in or building the Lone Star tone match patch, which you can get linked below, it's what I've been using on Helix and Axe Effects here, we made a snapshot in a scene called Halo Clean. Now when we built that, we sort of did it by ear, how we remembered the pedal. This is taking it a step further, where we're plugging the pedal in and we're really dialing it. So that preset has sort of those sounds. And when we were doing it, Bradford came up with a sound that he really liked that's a little different than the pedal itself, but we wanted to share that one with you as well. That's available in the download, and Bradford is going to talk about it.
So I have some settings that I was dialing in and messing with when we were getting the Lone Star patch together. I have not played the Halo in quite some time, and so I wasn't. Brian has it as at the DWT studio, and I haven't played it in a while. But I had like one thing that really stuck out to me that I wanted to try to replicate with this sound, and it was just what stayed with me the months that it's been since I've played it. So here's just bass tone. This is a L8 Tone Master. They're hotter, like fat P90 pickups. This is the Lone Star humbucker patch bass. You're getting these blocks. If you like the way the patch sounds, that's a different thing. But these blocks are free, as we have said. So here is the initial Adriatic delay, the first one in the series. It's set to .8, and that is what it's doing. I would say you may also want to just turn these off of tap tempo. You may like it to be a little more not tapped and a little more off kilter. That is nice. But you know, if you really want to try to get a little more synced up for some real nice ambient stuff, especially in like the way we play in worship music typically, then you may want to check that out. So here's that. I'll also say that in stereo, this is going to be like the premium. This is how it's designed. If you don't like how it sounds in mono and that's how you're playing, adjust the rate and the depth of the modulation and basically just turn it off. You may not want much at all, but it's not really hot to begin with. So that's just here's the split. This is necessary to get going and doing I'm not even clicking on it. There we go. So they do interact with one another a little bit the way they're set. Here is both. Sounding beautiful. So when we were initially demoing the Halo to begin with, I just for fun, I was like, we were making a joke about capos and how it's like, just use what you want. It changes things. Like it's drastically different playing this. Like the voicings you're gonna get being able to play a capo, that's not what this video is about. Anyways, I did this little thing in that demo, and that is where I was kind of feeding from when it came to dialing in this sound personally, because that really stuck with me. I really liked how that sounded when I was playing. So this is kind of like the style that I would be using my particular like dialing in of the Halo sound on this guitar. So check it out. So that's my sound. I dig it. You know, maybe adjust the mix a little bit if you want it to be a little more there and prominent and whatever, what have you. But basically, if you're going to make adjustments to kind of cater to what you want, I'd say feedback and mix are going to be the biggest things that you can adjust to kind of make them play together. So anyways, take it, Brian.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more stuff like this. We hope that you enjoy these delay tones and get them for free. Link below. See you next time. Bye.